evening and welcome to Premier League Live this Tuesday evening as the Premier League midweek football gets underway. Game week 15 is already underway at Molineux as Wolves face Burnley in the Premier League. It's 0-0 at the moment there after around about 36 minutes gone in that one. But we're here tonight to watch Luton against Arsenal from Kenilworth Road. Their first meeting since 1992. An incredible moment for those Luton fans back in the Premier League, back in the top flight since 1991. Arsenal, who don't have a good record against Luton, especially at Kenilworth Road. We'll talk all about that tonight, including all other 8 Premier League games to come this midweek. 6 games for you tomorrow. We'll be watching Manchester United against Chelsea from Old Trafford, but some key games to look forward to as well there tomorrow night, including Aston Villa against Manchester City at Villa Park. That is certainly a mouth-watering clash. And we end the midweek football with 2 games on Thursday as Everton host Newcastle, and our key game is a London derby at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as West Ham head to Tottenham. So, some exciting games of football to come on Premier League Live this midweek, and do stay with us for all of that right the way through the week. We'll have commentary of our 3 games, Luton Arsenal, Man United Chelsea and Tottenham West Ham, all the way throughout the week. Plus, we'll keep you up to date with all of the Premier League scores and goals as they happen here on LFS Premier League Live. Tonight's affair is one certainly for the history books. Luton against Arsenal. Their first meeting since 1992, and they will be certainly battling against each other tonight, especially at Kenilworth Road, a ground that Arsenal don't have a good record at. Back to that game then. Just before we go into this one tonight, kick-off is around about 6 minutes away from Kenilworth Road, so do stay tuned with us for that, and we'll get you there for the commentary in a few moments' time. But that game underway at the moment, as you can see on your screen, Wolves 0, Burnley 0 from the Premier League. At the moment, it is goalless. They're 39.5 minutes gone in that one. And Burnley have had a good few chances as well, fresh off their massive 5-0 thrashing of Sheffield United, who, of course, today sacked their manager Paul Heckingbottom and replaced him by Chris Wilder, who, by the way, Paul Heckingbottom was Chris Wilder's replacement when he was sacked in 2021. So, of course, changes afoot at Sheffield United after that 5-0 defeat to Burnley. And Burnley are doing well tonight against a Wolves side who are off a narrow defeat to the team we watched tonight, Arsenal, who they beat. Arsenal beat Wolves 2-1 at the Emirates at the weekend. They were 2-0 up Arsenal for quite a long time before Wolves pulled a goal back, but couldn't pull 2 goals back to get points out of that one. They are currently goalless at the moment, but Burnley are creating chances. Despite having less possession, they're still creating chances at 0-0 and around about 5 minutes to half-time there. We'll update you throughout the night on that one. Back to this one, though, Luton against Arsenal tonight, an exciting game to come, and we can bring you the team news from this one. 5 minutes to go until kick-off. Let's just bring you how both teams line up this evening. Here we are. Rob Edwards makes 3 changes to the side that were beaten at the weekend, just narrowly beaten by Brentford at the GTEC Community Stadium. Thomas Kaminski remains in goal. They have a back 5 of Issa Kabore, Ted Mengi, Gabriel Osho, Amari Bell and Alfie Doughty. In midfield, Ross Barkley and Pele Ruddock-Mpanzu, who's the captain tonight, make up the middle, with Andros Townsend, Jacob Brown and Elijah Adebayo all in attack. On the bench for Luton tonight, Krul, Giles, Johnson, Chong, Clark, Nelson, Berry, Morris and Ogbene. Some key names that could get them something if they're still clinging on late on. Like, by the way, Tahith Chong did against Liverpool. He came on, scored what they thought was the winner, the first goal of the game to put Luton 1 up before Liverpool got a late equaliser. Arsenal, on the other hand, they've made 4 changes. David Raya starts in goal. A back four of Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel and Jakub Kivior in defence. A midfield three of Declan Rice, Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard, the captain, with a front three of Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, the attack. On the bench for Arsenal, Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Walters, Cedric, Jorginho, Elneny, Trossard, Nelson and Eddie Nketiah all line up on the bench for Mikel Arteta's side, who, by the way, on their last 10 games at Kenilworth Road, haven't got a win. Now, of course, that was probably before half of these players were even born back in the 80s and 90s. And they will be looking to get Arsenal's first win at Kenilworth Road for quite some time tonight to go a possible 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. An incredible feat that Arsenal could achieve this evening and get themselves a bit further away from chasing pack of Liverpool and Manchester City. They can do it tonight. Luton against Arsenal. Kick-off is on the way next. Welcome back to Premier League Live this Tuesday evening. Kenilworth Road is ready and waiting for kick-off between Luton Town and Arsenal. And of course, we have another game underway in the Premier League, and we have the first goal of the evening. And it's come for the side at home tonight at Molineux. It is Wolves who have taken the lead. He Chan Huang with the goal to put the Wolverhampton Wanderers 1-0 up in that one, 42 minutes gone. Not long after, Burnley had to make an injury substitution for Luka Koleosho, who had to be replaced by Johan Gudmundsson. And Vincent Kompany's side have gone 1-0 down in that one, as of course anything that changes in that game we will keep you up to date. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. We've made a few tweaks to the graphics for, of course, December. The festive period is amongst us, and we will be celebrating that right throughout the month here on LFS. Hope you do enjoy our graphics and those changes. Well, Arsenal and Luton will be hoping for, well, good results tonight, good performances. And hoping for points is crucial for both of these teams. Luton, who want to go 5 points clear of the relegation zone. Arsenal, who want to go 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. Our referee this evening is Sam Barrett. A new face. Maybe that's exactly what the Premier League needs. And we are underway then between these two teams. Luton in their traditional orange and white striped top with black shorts. Arsenal in their away kit of that luminous yellow green colour with black shorts. And a first early chance there. Through ball to Jesus, that's well defended. Header out wide, finds Gabriel Martinelli, who flicks it round the corner. Jesus on the chase, but good covering at the back there from Luton. And Adebayo trying to be the target man, but really good from Declan Rice to recover that for Arsenal. Be a tough atmosphere, tough night here for Arsenal. You know, Luton love that physical game. You know, they've held quite a few big teams close here this season. Of course, remember the Tottenham game that Tottenham were down to 10 men. Tottenham ended up coming out with a 1-0 win here at Kenilworth Road in the end, holding Liverpool to a 1-1 draw, almost beating Liverpool here a few weeks ago, and then getting their first home league Premier League win ever in history against Crystal Palace a few weeks ago. A long ball there from Arsenal straight into the hands of Thomas Kaminski, and he can get his side going then for the first moment or two of this one. See what Luton can offer. What kind of threats they can give to Arsenal. And Kaminsky goes long, very direct. Chested down by Adebayo, but Odegaard on the interception. White tries to play it down the right-hand side. Doughty on the break. White recovers it and now picks up the ball in the middle. Ben White. Back to Rice. Now Jakub Kiwior, who comes to the side in replace of Alexander Zinchenko. Here's Martinelli. Tries to chop inside there, and a challenge on him by Andros Townsend, and Issa Kabore there will give Arsenal an early free kick here. It was Issa Kabore, just didn't allow Martinelli past him and took him out on the run through. Free kick to Arsenal on the left hand side. An early chance for the Gunners to put pressure on this Luton defence. Declan Rice over to take it, quite surprisingly, but there we go. Declan Rice to take this free kick for Arsenal. Some height in the middle. Kiwior, Gabriel, Saliba and Havertz, all the main men in attack there for Arsenal from this set piece. Whistle goes. Rice ready to take it. Next to step up, will fake it. Will go again. Right footed. Whips it into the box. Headed up, sorry, by Havertz and cleared away by Kabore. Barkley on the cover. And Barkley had the last touch there. Arsenal have a throw in. The referee is going to stop play for a moment here as the ball was out of play, just to make sure that Ross Barkley was okay. He is fine. Up and fine, but it's just a late... He does get caught there late on, but it's not a foul on Ross Barkley there. That's what we want to see, a physical game. Both teams battling for it in their duels. Here's David Raya. Gabriel. He's built a real good partnership with William Saliba. Massive part of Arsenal creating a title race last season. And of course Saliba's absence last season with that injury created a real kind of hole in the side of Arsenal. Defensively, most certainly. There's an issue here for Gabriel Martinelli. Just see this. He tries to flick it up. Flick the ball up on the halfway line. And he is kind of half pushed by Ted Mengi. Ends up feeling his lower back. And is in some pain here. The Brazilian. So is getting a bit of treatment at the moment. Gabriel Martinelli. So we will see if there will be an early injury problem here for Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli down on the floor. This gives Mikel Arteta a chance to maybe give his team a few tactical bits of information. Not that he would need to do that early, but just to help them out. Yeah, he does catch him, Ted and Mengi, but I don't think there's anything really in it in terms of free kick wise. But it is a painful one for Gabriel Martinelli. He will be helped back to his feet here in a second by the Arsenal physio and the Arsenal club doctor, I think, there beside Mikel Arteta. Just having a quick chat. The manager and the club doctor. As he's helped to his feet here, Gabriel Martinelli. Still wincing in a bit of pain. He does look like he's struggling here. And he is up and walking. And he's kind of limping his way off, holding his lower back. So we will see if he will return to play. I think he will. But in the meantime, Luton will have a drop ball. Oh, sorry, a free kick, actually. So Alfie Doughty to take this free kick for Luton. On the halfway line. Just spreads it forward, but straight first player was an Arsenal player to clear it away, and then followed up by Saka with a header. Well, one back by Gabriel Osho. Barkley, nice infield ball to Townsend. Both have experience in Premier League teams. Havertz does well to win it back and clear it away. Odegaard spreads it out to the right hand side, but that one's well over hit for Bukayo Saka. He's got some speed, Saka, but not that fast. And that will be a Luton throw-in. That's what Luton need to do at times, is force Arsenal into the ball that they don't need to make. Make them make decisions they don't naturally and normally make, and force them into mistakes at times. They need to be patient, Luton, but at the same time, they need to still battle completely with Arsenal, and so far they've competed pretty well. Here's Gabriel. Fires one down the left-hand side, and here's Martinelli returning. He's down the left-hand side. Up against Mengi. Whips one in with his right foot, chested down by Saka. Then brought down by White. Nice Saka again on the right flank. Saka, left-footed, cross in. Cleared away by Osho. Barkley on the counter, trying to force Luton on a counter-attack, but holds it up nicely and gives it back to Thomas Kaminski in goal. He will fire it long. Will take a bounce. Jacob Brown will pick it up. Past Ben White on the left flank. Got Doughty on the overlap. Looks for that option, but too narrow of a ball that from Jacob Brown. And that one will go straight out of play for a goal kick. A nice idea by Luton. That's how they caused Liverpool problems. Was that overlap. And that back five, Alfie Doughty and Issa Kabore on the overlap on both sides, really caused the Liverpool defence problems. And it seems like Luton are trying to go for a similar tactic against the Arsenal fullbacks. Here's Gabriel Jesus, though, coming deep with the ball down the left-hand side. Coming from deep, sorry, I should say. Jesus, now Rice. Out to Jakob Kivior. Gabriel. Now Ødegaard. Here's Saka on the right-hand side. Up against Doughty. Has to go back to Ben White. Now back to Saliba. White again. Nice ball from White. Finds Jesus. Tries to flick it on, but Doughty on the cover defensively. Although his clearance is straight back at Ødegaard. Now Saka's running in. Good recovery by Alfie Doughty. Does well. And Townsend helps it back to his keeper, who can fire long. Good from Luton, not diving in, not forcing the challenges, not taking too many risks, holding their shape, holding their kind of distances, know when they need to challenge and when they need to leave. The Arsenal players, that was a mistimed one from Ross Barkley there. Jakob Kivior will get the free kick. Just catches him late there, Ross Barkley does on Jakob Kivior. Simple enough free kick to give there. Luton, so far, dealing with this Arsenal team pretty well. 9 minutes gone 0-0. And to be fair to Luton, they don't concede mad amounts of goals. I mean, compared to the other teams in and around them, only Everton are the only other team in the bottom five to have conceded less than Luton. Bournemouth, Burnley and Sheffield United have all hit the 30 goal mark, but Luton's still on 26 goals conceded after 14 games. That's not a bad run. Not a bad record. There's another foul here. Saka this time. It's a very physical game, but so far the referee is willing to give a few free kicks here, and Saka's 1-1 for his team. Off Alfie Doughty that time. And they're analysing a few things. The Luton bench there, just getting a shot of Rob Edwards being told some information from his coaching staff. Here's Ben White. Good challenge there from Jacob Brown, but it does go out for a Arsenal throw-in on the right-hand side. Arsenal have had 73% of the possession so far, so dominant from the visitors, but so far yet to have a shot in the game. That's both teams yet to have a shot. Both teams defending well in their respective moments. Jesus loses out to Barkley. Finds Townsend. Lovely overlap from Issa Kabore. Does get a touch to keep it in. And then the sliding one from Kivior puts it out for a Luton throw-in. Did well there, Kabore. Was a fired ball wide to him from Andros Townsend, but he did well to end up winning the throw-in for his team. Here's Gabriel Osho, looking for the switch ball. White clears it away. Brought down and will be recovered by Amari Bell. Back to Kaminski. Now Mengi. Switch ball from Mengi. Chested down by Adebayo. Nice footwork by Jacob Brown. Here's Mpanzu. Bell. Doughty. Nice footwork. Really good from Luton. Bryan to Barkley. And all the way back into midfield, or into defence there for Mengi, who can pick it up. Tries to drive forward, no space to run into. Back to Osho. Right, on the left is Amari Bell. Confident in their passing, Luton. Although, a bit too confident there. Doughty does well to win it back, but he's given a free kick here, the referee, Sam Barrett. Who, when I read his name, I thought it was a misprint. No offence to the referee, but I wasn't expecting a referee I'd never heard of tonight. But there you go. Have to train the new ones, because the current ones, well, let's be honest, aren't doing a really good job of it, are they? Ball from the back there from Gabriel, but that one's just overhit. That will find its way back to Thomas Kaminski, the Luton keeper, who I think we might be talking a bit about tonight. Thomas Kaminski, if Arsenal show the attacking prowess that they offered against Lens at the Emirates last midweek. They've been in pretty good goal-scoring form, Arsenal, this season. 29 Premier League goals scored. They're not the top goal scorers, and by quite a distance. The top goal scorer scorers in the league, you wouldn't be surprised, are Manchester City with 36 goals. Arsenal haven't hit the 30-goal mark yet, and that would average them, if they don't score this game, that would mean they would have less than 2 goals per game this campaign. Will have played 15 after tonight, which I'm sure is something that Arteta will try and win at. Well, here's Adebayo to pick it up. Saliba gets goal side, does win the ball back momentarily, but gives it away to Doughty again. Good from Luton. Barkley holding the ball up, trying to play it through to Jacob Bryan, and Saliba on the cover. Saliba holds it off and gets a goal kick. But initially, that was a good idea, a good movement for Luton down the left-hand side. Adebayo picked it up off Saliba, but hesitant defensively there, Saliba, and he did recover it in the end, and it did work out for Arsenal, but was a threat there for Elijah Adebayo and Luton. That kick from Raya is recovered by Ross Barkley, and he's nice quick footwork from Barkley, gives it out wide to Bryan. Nice movement from Luton. They're growing in confidence. Jacob Bryan working it into the box. Still going Bryan. Plays it across. Blocked. And Declan Rice there in the intercept. But one back by Doughty on the left. He whips one in. Away by White. And Saka will now have it wide to carry it away. Again, Luton, as I mentioned, those overlapping runs, those wide runners, is where they get their kind of room and their space to create. Here's Ben White for Arsenal. Around about 15 minutes gone here at Kenilworth Road, and we're yet to have our first shot of the game, which is something I'm not particularly happy with, but that shows that Luton are defending really, really well and not allowing Arsenal to get into their rhythm and their movement, and that's exactly what they need to do. Luton is trying to stifle this Arsenal team. Here's Martin Odegaard, who can create a goal from nothing, but not from that position. Has to go back to Gabriel. Nice Saliba. Picked up in the middle by Martinelli there. He's in a strange position. I was wondering what that number is. Why he's so far in the middle. But there we go. Ben White. Now Odegaard deep. Pressing from Luton. Back to Gabriel. Odegaard. Very deep. Spreads it forward, but no one on the wide left option, because Martinelli had taken up the middle position. In the midfield, there's an issue here, because there's another Luton foul on another Arsenal player, and Gabriel the victim of this one. And it's, if I see it again, it's Issa Kabore. He just comes colliding in with Gabriel, full speed to try and win the ball, and collides with Gabriel. I mean, it's physical, definitely, but we love that. That's what this game's all about. Saliba from that Arsenal free kick. Rice. Now Havertz on the left, who caused a lot of problems in midfield recently against recent Arsenal oppositions. And Gabriel Martinelli trying to break down the left-hand side. Actually gives away a throw-in to Luton. And that will give Issa Gabore a chance to take this throw-in and try and get Luton up the pitch. Maybe they can have the first shot of the game. Throw down the line, but should do better there. Straight out of play from that throw-in. Went in and went straight back out again. Here's Gabriel from that Arsenal throw-in that was recovered there. Saliba, now Rice. Spinning away from his marker. Adebayo. Out wide to White, but an awful touch by Ben White there. So uncharacteristic of him. Not like him at all. And that is a Luton throw-in on the left-hand side. It's another thing Arsenal can't afford to do tonight is lack concentration. You know, we've seen that with Liverpool when they played Luton here. And I keep going back to that game because it's a reference point of a big team coming to Kenilworth Road and not being given chances and not being given the run of it. They were held by Luton. And Luton kind of need to use that as an example, kind of a perfect example of how to get something from a big team. And I think so at times Luton kind of put pressure on Liverpool, and that caused them to lose concentration. It actually helped Luton in their high pressing and their constant demanding and physicality in the game. And you can get at teams if you keep doing that. It is possible. Definitely in the Premier League this season. Here's Thomas Kaminski. Long ball from Kaminski again. Header won by Brown, but the second ball picked up by Declan Rice, who goes straight back to his keeper David Raya, who fires it long up the pitch. But Rice will recover it from the Luton header. It was Mengi that headed that one for Luton. Rice recovers, gives it to White. Saka on the right-hand side. Heavy touch, pressed all the way by Alfie Doughty, but does well, Saka. Nice quick skill to break off past that challenge and keep Arsenal in possession. Really nice. Havertz. Rice, bit of a short ball. Saliba miscues it, but it does find its way to Kivior. Now Gabriel. But really good from Luton. Working incredibly hard, running ever so with so much pace and power and desire from Luton. Really good to see. Amari Bell does recover the ball there from Arsenal. And Kaminski, that ball was back to him. It was a bit overhit, which allows Arsenal to have a throw-in. And now they will have a chance from that throw-in. Here's Saka. Saka driving into the box, falls for Martinelli! And a bit of an easy goal for Arsenal in the end. They've been working ever so hard for 19 minutes. And it's Luton that gift Arsenal a goal in the end. It's a mistake. It's a back pass straight back to Kaminski. He has to put it out for the throw-in to stop the corner. Arsenal take that throw-in quickly. Saka drives into the right-hand side of the box at the byline. Cuts it back for an on-running Gabriel Martinelli, who just slots it into the bottom left corner. Past Thomas Kaminski. That should do so much better there, Luton. But that's incredible from Arsenal to spot the space, to spot the mistake, and take full advantage of it. Luton 0, Arsenal 1, and it all comes from poor Luton defending in the end. They should do so much better. But in the end, Arsenal take advantage, and they get the first shot of the game, the first shot on target of the game, and the first goal of the game. Luton 0, Arsenal 1. Well, there you go. That's what happens. That's the top flight of English football for you. You make one slight error of judgment, one slight mistake, and you're punished by the team that sit at the summit of the Premier League. Oh, it's a late challenge there by Jacob Brown. Oh, leaves one in, and Kai Havertz catches him with his left studs. Sam Barrett just gives a free kick and nothing more. It's Martinelli's second goal of the Premier League goal of the season. That one tonight will be important for him. Get him up and running in terms of goal scoring this season. It's been a kind of a criticism that's been thrown at Arsenal. Their attacking players haven't been ruthless, or as ruthless as they were last season. When the likes of Saka, Jesus, Martinelli, even an Odegaard to an extent, haven't really hit their top form yet. And that's kind of actually credit to Arsenal, the fact that they haven't hit top form. And they're tonight, as it stands at the moment, going 5 points clear at the top of the table. That just shows you the quality that this Arsenal side have, that Mikel Arteta's built. And Arsenal have a good record away from home. They win tonight, they will have the best record away from home in the Premier League, winning 5 of their 7 away games this season. This will be their 5th away win. If they can get it, Jesus snatched at one there on the edge of the box, but Kaminsky got down to it quickly. We're back underway, by the way, at Molineux, where Wolves lead Burnley by a 1-0. Hee-chan Hwang's goal in the first half has the home side ahead. And Vincent Kompany's team, they certainly know how to score goals. They scored 5 at the weekend. Or was it just a one-off? Here's Martinelli for Arsenal. Kivior. Back to Gabriel Martinelli. He's been the main talking point of this game so far. An early injury that we thought, oh, maybe he couldn't be continuing, and then he gets the opening goal with the very first shot of the game, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised if that's been the longest this season that it's taken for the first shot in a game to come. Luton stealing in the middle. Jacob Brown looking for the cross. Takes a deflection. Will be a Luton corner. And Luton will get the first corner of the game. A lot of firsts so far. Luton looking for this a goal to level it. Get themselves back on level terms, which they could argue they have deserved to be in terms of their work rate so far in this game. Doughty to take the corner from the left-hand side. Left-footed, whipped in, flicked on and headed in! Gabriel Osho! What a header, what a goal, and what a way to get yourself back level. Incredible. What a moment for these Luton fans. They have held themselves in there. They make a mistake to concede, and just a couple of moments later, the first corner of the game, they convert it with a lovely delivery from Doughty and a fantastic header by Gabriel Osho. See it again. Doughty, left-footed, whips it into the box, leaves the height and the pace behind it, and all Gabriel Osho has to do is just direct it into that top left corner. And that he most definitely does. Past David Raya, past all the Arsenal players. No chance for anyone in there. It's a beautiful header and a beautiful goal for Luton. And they're back in it. 1-1. We certainly have a game on our hands here at Kenilworth Road. Incredible moment for Gabby Osho. 2 Gabbies scoring. There's another one on the pitch. There's 2 actually more on the pitch. Gabriel Martinelli Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel. Maybe that's the night of the Gabbies. Who knows? Anyway, it's 1-1. And that's certainly obviously a better scoreline for Luton than it is Arsenal. And Mikel Arteta spoke before the game and he said this was not going to be an easy game. It was going to be a physical battle. And Arsenal needed to be on top form against this side, despite being one of the teams that you would call relegation fodder. That would be a disrespect to Luton because they have worked ever so hard so far tonight. And have looked on par with Arsenal in the early 20 minutes or so. And they get their benefits and rewards for working so hard. Rice finds Ødegaard, but they're going to have to battle with Arsenal for a full 90 minutes if they're going to get something from this game. Kivior looking for the header. Does head it across, but well defended by Luton. Saka will recover it, but then stole away from him. There by Mpanzu, but he wins it back again, Saka. Now Ødegaard trying to work it into the box. Does flick it round the corner. Here's Gabriel Jesus from an hour angle. Goes wide for the corner. The Luton fans behind that goal cheering that, but they do have a corner to defend Luton. Arsenal's first of the game, but it's nice from Martin Ødegaard to just hold up the ball until the right moment to release it for Gabriel Jesus. Jesus just takes it in, just tries to cut it on the narrow angle and ends up being deflected wide by Thomas Kaminski behind for the corner. It's Arsenal's first corner of the game. Can they repeat what Luton did? They scored from their first corner. Saka to take this corner. Be a left-footed in swinging corner from Saka. He'll actually go short with it. Lays it off to Martinelli, trying to go for the return ball, but that's blocked off by Issa Kabore. And Issa Kabore will win Luton a throw-in. Really good play, that. Fantastic from Issa Kabore. Blocking the return ball and then seeing Gabriel Martinelli out and winning a throw-in for his team. Really good play, that, from the Luton right wing-back. At the moment, it is 1-1 here. It's 1-0 at Molineux. And we're just seeing a replay of a challenge by Sander Berge on Bueno. There's an issue there. Jesus went down on the edge of the box there, but Sam Barrett, the referee, I think, not happy. I mean, not having any of it from Gabriel Jesus. I mean, is there anything in that? No, not really. I mean, it does get caught by Amari Bell, but it's not a foul. And that's why the Luton fans were jeering. Now, there is a free kick for Wolves, by the way. Just mentioned that there was a challenge. I'd just seen the replay on my monitor and had to talk about it. Free kick taken by Arsenal, or by Luton, sorry, there. And they've dealt with it, Arsenal at the back, but Townsend keeps it alive. Headed away. And Arsenal trying to work out from that, but Kabore nicks it. And it's stolen away by Gabriel, who heads it clear. They're definitely keeping themselves most definitely in the fight here, Luton. And what they did and what they're doing is starting to frustrate Arsenal a bit more. And you'll start to get win free kicks as they get more frustrated. Arsenal need to kind of maintain their kind of composure. They lose their composure against a side like this, and they might end up in a difficult position. Ben, I did see your comment in the chat there. Thank you very much indeed. Great to have you with us this evening as well, John Bishop. I don't think it's the John Bishop, but good evening to you too. Great to have you all with us this evening on this Premier League Live. Luton 1, Arsenal 1. Luton have a free kick here. They won it off Kivior. Barkley to take it. Fires it into the box, but straight into the hands of David Raya, who can collect for Arsenal. He spreads it out to the right-hand side. White on the right flank is Saka, but it's stolen away from him. And here's Alfie Doughty breaking the other way. Rice almost beaten. Declan Rice, he's battling with Doughty again, and Doughty wins the ball. Wanted a free kick there, but Arsenal won it back fairly, said the referee, and they get a goal kick. The Gunners there. That was incredible from Alfie Doughty to fight a couple of different players there to try and keep the ball for Luton. Incredible. The work rate from Luton so far, 30 minutes in, and the work rate that they're offering against this Arsenal side, who, by the way, had only conceded 11 goals before tonight, had the best defensive record in the Premier League by a few goals. Only Liverpool and Newcastle are close to them on 14 conceded. They've now conceded 1 tonight. That's 12, Arsenal. But still the best defensive team in the league. Right, Jesus finds Martinelli! Saved by Kaminski, really good. Martinelli will win it back though. Jesus will have another chance at it. Driving in the box, cuts it off for Ødegaard. Deflection off Barkley. Brings it down for Martinelli on the left flank up against Townsend. And Kivior trying to break through, but the referee will give Luton the throw-in. See this again. It's a lovely breakaway by Gabriel Jesus. just breaks down the left-hand side. Havertz takes the run, then cuts it back, does Jesus, to Martinelli on the edge, who strikes it straight at Kaminski, trying to find that corner, that left-hand side, the near post, and Kaminski has it well covered. Strong right hand, gets it away. Really, really good. Non-stop this game, definitely. Loving it. There's a free kick again. It's Jacob Brown this time fouling. He fouled the Arsenal centre-back, Gabriel. And I think we might get the first booking of the evening. Yeah. I mean, Adebayo does push Havertz beforehand, and then Gabriel comes over on the cover. They keep the Arsenal possession. The ball's well away by Gabriel. Plays it back to his keeper, and Brown's just late on the challenge. Fouling the Arsenal centre-back, and that will get him a yellow card tonight, Jacob Brown. So the first booking of the evening here at Kenilworth Road goes to the Luton player, Jacob Brown. A yellow card for him. Well, we talk about bookings. At this point of the season, it's a lot of players on the verge of getting match bans for accumulating 5 yellow cards. We've 2 players tonight that are on that risk. Issa Kabore on 4 yellow cards, and so is Kai Havertz, quite funnily enough. Those 2, if they are booked this evening, will miss their respective next Premier League games. Luton have Manchester City at home on Sunday, and Arsenal, they actually don't know who they Arsenal have a visit to Villa Park this Saturday evening, and that one Kai Havertz will want to miss. But there we go. That will happen if Kabore or Havertz get booked. Just a throw in here. Just saying this again. What is that? That's never a handball. Just looking at it, an opportunity there. Pele Banzu was clearing the ball. He kicks it with his right foot, and it hits his left arm and kind of deflects away. But I mean, you could never give handball for that. That's hilarious. They actually checked that. Arsenal come down the right hand side. Here's Saka. Plays it forward for Jesus. Holds the ball up. Back to Saka. Saka eyeing up a cross, but takes another look at it and gives it back to Odegaard. Here's Saliba. Down the right hand side is Jesus. Skips it in to the box, and there's an offside flag in there. Ben White in an offside position. So that attack comes to an end pretty quickly. And don't forget, we have more midweek action this weekend here on this midweek, on LFS. 6 games tomorrow from the Premier League. Our focus game will be Manchester United Chelsea from Old Trafford. We'll be watching that one later. That's tomorrow at 8:15. You can join us for that one, plus all the live scores from Brighton Brentford, Crystal Palace Bournemouth, Fulham Nottingham Forest, Sheffield United Liverpool, and Aston Villa Manchester City are the other games alongside United Chelsea tomorrow at 8:15. Some interesting news. Sheffield United have a new manager. It's a new manager, but it's an old manager. Chris Wilder's back in the league, and he will. His first test will be Liverpool. Not an easy test for any team, but we'll see how Sheffield United fare tomorrow night. 4 of those games, by the way, are 7:30 kickoffs, and Villa, Man City, and Man United Chelsea are 8:15 kickoffs tomorrow evening. And then we round up this midweek. Everton, Newcastle, and Spurs West Ham on Thursday. Our key game is Spurs West Ham for you. So looking forward to those sets of games to come over this midweek. And I hope you're enjoying our festive graphics for the winter period, for the Christmas period, this December on LFS. We'll have them running right the way through till the start of January. Here's Martin Odegaard for Arsenal. 9 minutes of the first half to go. Luton 1, Arsenal 1. Odegaard. Nice reverse ball. Finds Havertz. Now Jesus. Quick, intricate passing from Arsenal. Here's Kivior on the left after a few passes. Here's Martinelli now, trying to fire it forward. Coming for the challenge was Osho, but then he gives it away. But Kabore on the cover does really well for Luton. Finds it to Barkley, who can now get Luton on the attack. Covered over by Saka. Doughty does enough to keep it in. Has to go backwards though. Goes back to Amari Bell, who goes back to Kaminski. But these Luton fans, they're passionate. And that's a foul on Elisha Adebayo. Saliba committing the foul, so free kick will go Luton's way, and that gets a cheer from the passionate crowd inside Kenilworth Road. Yeah, he's all over him there, William Saliba, and throws him to the floor. It is a free kick to Luton. It's definitely been a physical first half. I mean, that's the key word, that's the watchword of the half. 13 fouls shared between the two sides in this first half. They have a set piece to tick. Doughty to tick. Whips it into the box. Adebayo with the first header. Rice there with the block, who kicks it away. And Kabore will recover it for Luton, back to Kaminski. Kaminski goes long, gives it away to Havertz, but Arsenal a bit sloppy there. I apologise, actually, they won the throw-in. Thought they'd just given that away, but they do have the throw-in, Arsenal. Havertz. Kivior. Now Gabriel. Good possession from Arsenal here. Jesus. Battling. Every pass. I mean, I can't say enough how hard Luton have worked in this first half, because, I mean, even every time Arsenal, when they have their back four, Arsenal, Luton are stepping off, they're giving them space. But when they get into midfield, they're causing them issues. But that's a lovely ball over the top, finds Saka. Here's Bukayo Saka with a strike for a cross goal, and Kaminski palms it away. I think that's a corner. It will be a corner. Incredible from Saka. Drives in from the right-hand side, chops it onto his left, looking for that curler inside the far left corner, and I couldn't get the words out of my mouth quick enough to explain it. Palmed away by Kaminski, and then it's followed away, I think there, by Mengi or Osho to clear it behind for the Arsenal corner. Their second of the game. Only the third corner of the game overall. Martinelli to take it. He will take it from the left. It'll be another in-swinging corner. Right-footed, right across. Flicked on. Just away at the near post. White tried to keep it alive behind Havertz. He battles for it the second time. Can't win it. Luton trying to force a counter. Here's Townsend. Fires it forward. Kabore now trying to beat past Kivior, but the free kick, the throw-in will go Luton's way. It's good defending by Luton from the set piece. Just an issue here, though. Ooh. There is a... Is there a check? I'm not too sure if there's a VAR check. I don't think so, but there was an idea. We saw a replay there on the feed that it hit the ball at the hand of Adebayo. The ball. I mean, it would be harsh if it was given, but... I mean, we don't know with VAR these days whether they will be given. I don't think it's being checked. And if it is, it has already been cleared, I believe. And we will play on. So into the last 5 minutes of the half. Luton 1, Arsenal 1, and Luton will have a throw-in on the right-hand side. Issa Kabore, really exciting first half. Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Osho scoring for either side. Inside 5 minutes of each other. Kabore, long throw down the line. All over. Gabriel, he was all over Townsend there. Arsenal have it back though with Havertz. Rice fires it long up the pitch. Trying to find that wide option of Martinelli, and the last touch is off Ted and Mengi. Arsenal will have a throw in, which Kivior will take. Do stay with us at half-time. We'll run through both of these sides, how they match up tonight and individually. How each team looks. It's something we're trying to add to our analysis here at LFS, so do stay tuned for that. We'll talk through all of that at half-time. We'll also keep you up to date with the Wolves-Burnley game as it continues. That ball forward was intercepted there from Luton, but nice idea, but Arsenal have it again. Here's Declan Rice, striding forward with the ball. Closely watched by Elijah Adebayo, but gets it wide to White. He goes back to William Saliba. Now Gabriel. Saliba again. To Rice. Back to White. Patience from Arsenal. They know that Luton want to press them. They're not going to be naive and step into that quickly. Try and find the cute intricate passes. And Jesus has come deep to get a touch on the ball. Gabriel now. Down the line is Kivior. Flicked on by Martinelli. Battling there was Gabby Jesus, but Issa Kabore will be running back and will recover the ball for Luton inside his own half. Fired forward. Lovely chest by Adebayo. Townsend round the corner. White battling with Jacob Brown. And that will be a free kick to Arsenal, which they've taken quickly. And another foul. And another yellow card here for, I think it's Ross Barkley that's going to get booked this time. This game's electric. Honestly, I haven't got a moment to tell you what's happening from time to time. Ross Barkley this time is booked for his challenge on Gabriel Martinelli on the halfway line. After that original Arsenal free kick that they received from Jacob Brown, fouling Ben White. There you go. That's you up to date. Arsenal take that free kick then. 90 seconds or so of the 45 minutes to go. 1-1. See how long we'll be added on before half time. Here's Declan Rice. Out wide. Lovely overlap and run from Ben White. Chops back inside. Finds Saka, who lays it off for Ben White again on the overlap. Gets to the byline. Chops it in. And Jesus is there to head it home. Lovely movement from Arsenal down the right hand side, and it's Ben White that creates it all down that right hand side, and he chops it into the box, and Gabriel Jesus hopping up and firing it into the net off his head. Luton caught out. Arsenal, really good movement, beautiful football down the right hand side, and that is exactly the issues and the problems that they can cause you. A move down the right hand side from White. It receives the ball from Rice, gives it back to Saka. White on the overlap again, gets to the byline, just cuts it back, kind of chips it into the box. And on running is Gabriel Jesus, beats his marker completely, and a free header for the Brazilian. They just force it into the net past Thomas Kaminski. Couldn't miss from there, and the response is he didn't miss from there. Gabriel Jesus on the score sheet. I mentioned the Gabbies. Well, there's the third one of the night. Gabriel Jesus puts Arsenal back ahead. Goodness me. What a first half we've had here at Kenilworth Road. A fantastic first half where we've surpassed the 45 minute mark. There will be another yellow card here. Will be an Arsenal player that will be booked this time, and Sam Barrett getting out the yellow cards. It's Gabriel Jesus this time that's going to be booked for his challenge on Ross Barkley. The referee says he committed the foul and it was a cynical foul. So a booking for Gabriel Jesus. Certainly an exciting first half. Free kick from Luton over the top. They've responded once to Arsenal taking the lead. Can they respond twice? We will have 5 additional minutes added on. So we've already played around 90 seconds of that, of this first half. So another 3.5 minutes to go on that front. Still more than enough time for Luton to level it again. Here's Issa Kabore. Tries to play the ball through the Adebayo. One back by Gabriel, who finds Declan Rice. Strides out to the right-hand side. Finds Ben White. Links up with Saka. Saka on the spin. Gives it back to Ben White. Lovely movement down the right again from Arsenal. White in trying to play it in field, but Odegaard loses out. Although they thought they'd won it back, Arsenal. One back by Ross Barkley. And Luton win the throw-in on that left-hand side. It's Mpanzu that won it that time. So throw into Rob Edwards' team on the left-hand side. They keep themselves in games, Luton. That's one kind of trait that can be thrown at them this season. When they've lost, they haven't lost by a massive margin. They haven't conceded 4 goals, or more than 3 goals, sorry, since the opening day of the season, when they were beaten 4-1 by Brighton at the Amex. Since then, they have conceded 3 against Chelsea. They did kind of in defeat, were quite close and won kind of goal defeats quite a lot this season actually. West Ham, Fulham, Burnley, Spurs even. At times they have been very close in games. Manchester United most notably as well, away at Old Trafford. They keep themselves in games and they get opportunities like this. Another corner and Alfie Doughty wins it. He will take it. It's an incredible touch by the left foot. Takes it down beautifully on that left-hand side. And ends up hitting it off Ben White and puts it out for the corner to Luton. Keeping themselves in games gives them the opportunity to have chances to get themselves back level in games and keep themselves alive. They have a set piece. They equalised the last time from a corner. Whipped in this time. Away by Saliba. And Panzu trying to keep the attack alive. Havertz looking to clear it. And a strike from distance from Mengi. Straight into the hands of David Raya. It had the power behind it though. It's a bullet of a strike from Mpanzu. Or sorry, Mengi, sorry. But it ended up in the hands of David Raya. Last minute of the half then. The only Gabriel on the pitch tonight that hasn't scored is the Arsenal centre-back, Gabriel. I'm not going to let this go. I'm going to keep this storyline. I've picked up on something, and I'm going to run with it. I love it. Here's Elijah Adebayo. Although, I will let it go if someone else other than Gabriel scores. As in anyone else that isn't named Gabriel gets on the score sheet tonight. Anyway. Ted Mengi, last few seconds of the half, fires it up the pitch, looking for the switch ball, trying to target Alfie Doughty on that left hand side and forces Ben White into a header clear. And the throw in, they thought they'd got there, Luton. They won't have enough time to take it. Sam Barrett, the referee, blows the whistle for half time. And a first half that has been very, very tight between these two teams. Arsenal just edged the scoreline at half-time. They have been better in attack, Arsenal, than they were in the first 20 minutes or so when they got there first. They've been more threatening, causing more issues. But Luton, credit to them at half-time. They are very much still in this game. Half-time at Kenilworth Road. It's Luton Town 1, Arsenal 2. Stay tuned for half-time analysis coming your way in just a moment. Welcome back to Premier League Live here on LFS this evening. Half time at Kenilworth Road. It's Luton 1, Arsenal 2. A very close game indeed. Speaking of close games, it's still in the other Premier League game this evening, which kicked off a full 45 minutes prior to us at Kenilworth Road, is Wolves leading Burnley by a single goal to nil. Hee-chan Hwang, with the goal in the first half of that one, has Wolves ahead in that game, but still very, very tight there. Only the one goal separates the two teams. Just watching that game at the moment, and Burnley just had a good chance there. Vitinho with a shot off over the bar from a corner. So Burnley still very much in that game and looking to get back-to-back points pickups for the first time this season, if they can get a result here tonight after that 5-0 win against Sheffield United at the weekend. So with around about 12 minutes to go in that one, 78 minutes gone, it is Wolves 1, Burnley 0 in the Premier League. And at half-time at Kenilworth Road, it's Luton 1, Arsenal 2. Luton keeping themselves very much in the game. Gabriel Martinelli put Arsenal 1-0 up in the game with a lovely slotted finish. It was a Luton mistake, really. The ball was played back to Thomas Kaminski, and it was coming back at such pace that he wanted to try and avoid a corner. He ended up giving away a throw-in. Arsenal get their bodies in quick. Ben White takes a quick throw-in, finds it to Saka at the byline, cuts it back for Martinelli, who just slots it into the bottom left corner. Lovely goal by Arsenal, capitalising upon the Luton mistake. Luton then make up for their mistake and get themselves back level. Just around 5 minutes later, it's a lovely set-piece goal from a corner on the left-hand side. Alfie Doughty with a peach of a cross from the left corner flag finds the head of Gabriel Osho, who a lovely, fantastic header, completely unopposed, fires it into the corner, top left corner really, of the Arsenal net. No chance for David Raya to save to get Luton back level. And then just before half time, in the 45th minute, Gabriel Jesus got Arsenal back in front. It was a lovely movement down the right hand side. Rice had occupied that right hand kind of right back position. Saka and White were interlinking on the right flank. Saka gives it back to White after he'd cut back on the right flank. Saka plays him through to Ben White. He gets to the byline, chips it into the middle of the box, and headed in by Gabriel Jesus for 2-1. To Arsenal, but still a very narrow game. I mean, we look at the stats. I mean, despite Arsenal having more of the possession, 63% of the ball to Luton's 37, but Arsenal have had 8 shots to Luton's 2, 6 on target to Luton's 2. But Luton, when they create the chances, when they're going forward, they don't look like they're going to be easily defended by Arsenal. They do look a threat, especially down the flanks. Alfie Doughty has been a threat for Luton early on in that overlap. Issa Kabore's caused a few issues as well. So wide areas, Luton are causing a threat, but so far keeping themselves very much in the game, I would have to say. At the moment, there's been 3 big chances in the game, and all 3 of them have been converted for each team, of course, which has us at 3 goals at the half at the moment. We're going to actually, with 9 minutes till the second half begins, as you can see in the top left corner of your screen there at half time, we're going to run you through some of the stats now, not from this game, but just on how these two teams' seasons are going at the moment. So let's have a look. This is prior to kickoff, so there's no as it stands or any moments from this game. Of course, Arsenal have scored 2 goals. They would be on 31 from our stats. All of these stats are pre-game stats. So let's have a look at them then. If we can get them on your screen. There we are. So Luton Arsenal then. Luton, as you can see, we've compared their positions, how many games they've won, drawn and lost, their goals for and against, their biggest wins and their worst defeats. And we've compared them and how they look. So Luton, of course, sitting in 17th prior to kick-off. At the moment, they will be in 17th with a draw nonetheless. Arsenal, of course, top of the table. Luton looking to go 5 points clear of the relegation zone with a win. Arsenal looking to go 5 points clear at the top of the table with a win at the moment, which they are currently doing as it stands at 2-1. Arsenal have won 10 games to Luton's 2. They've both drawn 3 games this season. However, Arsenal have lost just 1 in the Premier League this season. That was, of course, Newcastle. As you can see, their worst defeat is their only defeat. That was that away game to Newcastle at 1-0 defeat, which, of course, caused a lot of controversy, but we'll not go there. Luton, on the other hand, have lost 9 of their 14 Premier League games this campaign. And if we look at goals and goal difference, Arsenal have the best defence at the moment. 11 goals conceded prior to kick-off and 29 goals scored. Luton, of course, 13 goals scored, 26 conceded. But in terms of the grand scheme of things, after 14 games, conceding 26 goals, less than 2 goals per game, is actually averaging you at kind of being in the competitive zone of keeping yourself out of relegation. I mean, there was a stat prior to the game. If you concede less than 60 goals in the Premier League in a season, you're very much more likely to stay in the division, conceding less than 60. Obviously, that's the case, but no team has conceded less than 60 and has been kind of threatened as much. They are more likely to stay up, of course. Their biggest wins and biggest worst defeats, of course, as you can see there. Luton's worst defeat was Keighley, that opening game of the season. So it shows that they've come back from their worst defeat and they've improved week on week and have got better and better since that very first game against Brighton. They were also beaten 3-0 by Chelsea in that game after the Brighton game. The biggest wins, I mean, Luton winning away at Everton is a massive feat, by the way. 2-1 away at Goodison Park is massive, a stadium that teams struggle in the atmosphere this season. I mean, I don't think Everton have really done pretty well, but nonetheless, big achievement for Luton to win away at one of the big teams in terms of one of the historic Premier League teams, one of the ever-presents. And of course, Arsenal's 5-0 win over Sheffield United at home is their biggest league win of this season. If we look at the teams in isolation then, if we look at where they are, Luton 17th place, 9 points, 2 wins out of 14 games, conceded 26 goals, haven't kept a clean sheet this season, Luton, which is key, and an interesting fact to keep an eye on. Carlton Morris, on the other hand, who's on the bench tonight, is their main creative player. 3 goals and 2 assists. Their top goal scorer and their top assist maker of the season. Carlton Morris, he's a key component. Will we see him in the second half? We will definitely wait and see on that front, because I'm sure we will in the second half. If Luton are still in this game, definitely. Also then, on the other hand, if we look at Arsenal in isolation then, they're top of the table, 33 points. They conceded the least goals. They've kept 6 clean sheets, which is the joint most in the Premier League this season. And their key kind of attackers, their key creative players, look at that. The goals, Eddie Nketiah, their top goal scorer this season, Arsenal, which is kind of a shock. Gabriel Jesus, that goal in the first half is his 2nd Premier League goal of the season. So he's has some catching up to do if he wants to take top goal scorer at Arsenal this season. Saka, the top assister, a top assist maker, and he got 1 in the first half. He assisted Gabriel Martinelli, so he's now on 6 assists this season. And the passes there, as you can see, Gabriel, 1,117 passes. If we add that to where he is tonight, he would have 1,156. Okay, nonetheless, those are those stats then, as you can see, at half-time. 4 minutes to go then before the second half gets underway at Kenilworth Road, where Luton are just trailing narrowly 2-1 to Arsenal in this game. We're just keeping an eye on the Wolves-Burnley game as well, which is very tight scoreline, 1-0 in that one. I'm just watching Wolves make a few changes. They're around about 3.5 minutes of the 90 minutes to go. I'm just looking at a really good graphic where the scoreline is. They've, like in American football, when you have timeouts and those kind of white bars to show how many timeouts are left, that's showing how many substitutes are left for either team. That's fantastic. That is actually really, really good. Nice idea. Might have to steal that. Half time then in Luton 1, Arsenal 2, and Wolves 1, Burnley 0, with around about 3 minutes to go in that game. We'll give you the full time score from that one when we have it, or any updates in terms of scoreline from that one. Do stay tuned. The second half from Kenilworth Road is on the way next. Welcome back to Premier League Live this evening. The players just returning to the pitch for the second half. Let me just tell you what's still to come here in LFS this midweek. Manchester United v Chelsea is our key game tomorrow. Don't want to miss that one. Massive game for both sides, who are a bit below their par this season. We will see how both will do tomorrow night, 8:15 kickoff from LFS, and we will have all other 5 games closely watched for you. That's tomorrow night. The second half from Kenilworth Road is literally a few seconds away as the Arsenal players return to the field of play. We'll be going for the second half commentary in just a second. Right, just before the second half gets underway then, and let me just tell you, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. We're on the road to 22,000. We're at 21,600 the last that I checked, so we're getting closer. Everyone counts and everyone's appreciated. Every subscriber is massively appreciated here on LFS, and we thank you for joining us. Right, speaking of joining us, the managers are going to join us out on the pitch for the second half, as well as all 22 players. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any changes at the break. The referee, I think we could all say he's had a pretty good game so far. A physical battled game, but a game that he's kept good control of in that first half. We can see what the next 45 minutes holds here at Kenilworth Road to see which of these two teams can come out on top, if either can at all, because they've been very evenly matched in that first half in terms of their physicality and their battling and their duels. Arsenal slightly edging it on the scoreline. And as we get our way underway again for the second half here at Kenilworth Road, both sides know that there's work to do to get the desired result. As Luton will have some early possession, Kaminski will have to knock it long. Flicked on by Brown. Nice taken touch by Adebayo. Couldn't find his pass right though. Arsenal get it cleared away. They're into the last minute of additional time at Molineux. They had 3 additional minutes. They've played 2 of those. Still Wolves 1, Burnley 0. We'll get the full-time score whenever we have that for you. And they've just introduced, of course, with the live feeds in the UK at the moment for these games, they've just introduced that graphic, that subs graphic. I love that in this one. It's a nice idea. Really good idea. Interesting indeed. Luton have the ball. They will play the advantage to Sam Barrett. I don't know how many times I've said his name. I want to learn it. Here's Andros Townsend for Luton. Crosses it from the right-hand side. It's a deep one for Raya to take, but he does calmly collect the ball. And deals with it really, really well. It'll be interesting what Rob Edwards wants to see from his team in the second half. I would say it wouldn't be too far away from more of the same, please, because they played really, really well in that first half. Almost caught out there was Ted Mengi. Headed off Jesus, but did find its way back to Thomas Kaminski, who can gather. Kaminski goes long. I mentioned that Luton hadn't kept a clean sheet this season at half-time. Talked through that. They're definitely not getting one tonight, but definitely not through his lack of hard work, because they do work hard, certainly. Barkley, nice move from Luton. Doughty down the left, trying to skip past Saka, does get past Saka, breaks into the box, Alfie Doughty cuts it across, takes a few deflections before Martin Odegaard can clear it. Luton building though, win it back quickly. Barkley, battling with Jesus, does keep the ball, Ross Barkley. Osho. Kabore there, occupying a midfield role, interestingly enough. And drift back out to the right hand side there, Kabore, but here's Amari Bell. Adebayo coming deeper, helping out. Ross Barkley trying to feed one through. Lovely ball in the end. Here's Andros Townsend. Takes a deflection corner. Takes the strike, does Andros Townsend, and takes a deflection off an Arsenal player. And it will get the home side an early corner in this second half. Well, they scored their only goal from a corner. And they now overtake Arsenal on corners. That's the third of the game. Arsenal have had 2. See what Luton can do from this set piece. It's from the right hand side this time. The previous 2 corners have come from the left. Will be an in-swinging corner from the right, this corner for Luton. See what they can offer. What can they deliver? Delivered in. And Adebayo! And they've done it again, Luton. Straight from the corner, and it's headed in. And it's Elijah Adebayo this time. Arsenal dumbfounded. Luton on top of the world again. Back level from a set piece. Arsenal feel they should do better, but Luton are overjoyed again. It's almost identical to the first one. It's just the fact that it's come from a different side, but it's identical in terms of its movement. Cross from the corner straight into the middle of the goal. Raya should do so much better. Rice nowhere near it. Adebayo completely unmarked. Rice battled away, didn't do enough to keep him from heading it in. Elijah Adebayo, poor from Arsenal defensively, but that's fantastic from Luton. Incredible goal. And that's wonderful from set pieces. And now Rob Edwards, well, I mean, he's not the most overjoyed man inside Kenilworth Road, but I'm sure he's very, very happy with how his side have come out in this second half, taken the game to Arsenal, and have reaped the rewards once again. 2-2. What a game. And Elijah Adebayo gets his 3rd Premier League goal of the season and gets Luton 2nd of the night. Chaz says, how is this happening? Arsenal, pull yourself together. Oh, well, they're losing a bit of composure. And Panzu does give it away, though. Arsenal have it back. Here's Ødegaard. That's exactly what Luton need to do. You know, they keep themselves in the game and score from set pieces. Keep themselves very much in it with Arsenal. In the fight. And they have done that so far. And twice they've pegged Arsenal back. Arsenal haven't been able to get daylight. And some would have been wondering, well, Arsenal leading 2-1. Why did I say that they need more work to do to get the desired result? Well, this is exactly why. When Luton have a good start to the half, they score. And Arsenal back level again, not getting the result they want. But here's Saka. Ødegaard. Back out wide to Saka on the right. Trying to work his way into the box past Brown. Brown gets in the way. They want a handball, but Jacob Brown fires it long up the pitch. But that will be all the way back to David Raya for Arsenal to recover. Fantastic start to the second half. Elijah Adebayo with a goal. I can now finally end my rant on Gabriel's scoring. Here's Jesus, though, breaking through. Finds Saka in the box. Saka looking to curl one. Cleared away. Follow up by Havertz goes down. Luton trying to get it away but can't. Saka on the battle with Amari Bell, and that will be a free kick. Flags up actually against Arsenal there, so that will be a free kick to Luton. And Chance says, what team do you support? Well, I don't support either of these two teams. That's certainly the case. Oh, actually. Oh. There's a collision here between Kivior and Townsend. Well, Sam Barrett's been told to delay the restart. Chris Kavanagh, the VAR, is telling him to delay. What's this about? They're looking for a possible penalty? Maybe? I mean, just in a replay again. End of the... There's nothing in that. Both players going for the ball. There's nothing in that. Play on. No issues there. And the referee and the VAR have confirmed that will be no further doing that from that position. Clearly. Saka fires one forward. Finds Jesus. Taken down there by Amari Bell on the right flank. And that will be a Arsenal free kick, sorry. So a foul by Amari Bell on Gabriel Jesus will give Arsenal a free kick. Chaz says, your commentary is amazing. I love it. Keep it up. Thank you very much indeed. Great to have you with us, Chaz, this evening. Thanks for the support. We have Martin Ødegaard to take this set piece for Arsenal. They've conceded from 2 set pieces, Arsenal. Can they get themselves back in front for a third time tonight from a set piece? Ødegaard will try and take that chance. Hand is up. Goes to take it. The referee's actually blown the whistle, which will make him take it again. Ødegaard will go again. Left-footed. Delivery in. Flicked on by Havertz, but over the bar. Wide by Havertz. Behind for the goal kick. At full time from that game at Molineux, by the way, Wolves 1, Burnley 0, the final score. The winner, ultimately the winner of the game, Hee-chan Hwang, the only goal scorer of the night there. But we're spoilt for choice in terms of goals here tonight so far. 54.5 minutes gone. We've seen 4 goals here at Kenilworth Road. It's definitely a competitive game indeed. Quick movement from Arsenal from the Luton goal kick, and here's Havertz trying to flick it behind. Good defending by Ted and Mengi to get it cleared, and now Luton on the counter-attack. Townsend breaking down the right-hand side, up against Gabriel. Here's Andros Townsend. Chops back, plays it back, cross in from the right-hand side, cleared away by White. Ødegaard to carry it away, and now Arsenal break down the other side. Ødegaard finds Bukayo Saka. Amari Bell holding him off. Saka with delivery. Trying to find Havertz to try and replicate that Brentford goal, but Luton quick to that and defend it really, really well. Thomas Kaminski with the clearance. Luton have it back with Brown. Tries to go for the long one for Adebayo on the run, but weren't on the same page there, Brown and Adebayo. That one's out for an Arsenal throw-in. Allow the Gunners to recover. Chaz says we need Trossard on. He's a game changer. Well, Arsenal do have bodies on the bench that they can turn to if they need to. Leandro Trossard is one of those. Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, of course Arsenal's top goal scorer in the league this season, Eddie Nketiah, on the bench tonight. Maybe he is needed. The attack's on top tonight. And here's Ross Barkley. Can Luton break through? Barkley cuts it across, bodies across. Here's Andros Townsend. Chops back onto his left. Edge of the box. Gives it wide to Barkley on the left-hand side. Driving into the box, left-footed, and it's in! Somehow it's gone through. David Raya and Luton take the lead. David Raya, head in his hands. He can't believe it. Mistake by him. And Ross Barkley, the former Chelsea man, scores against Arsenal at Kenilworth Road to give Luton the lead against Mikel Arteta's Gunners. League leaders Arsenal are behind at Luton Town. Luton 3, Arsenal 2. What the hell is this? Ross Barkley breaking through. It all starts with Barkley. He just really good strength to hold onto the ball and hold himself up. Gives it to Andros Townsend, who you think's going to have a shot. He spots that Ross Barkley's free on the left, gives it to him, and he just takes it, drives into the box, and just kind of slides one with his left foot. With his left foot across goal. David Raya should do so much better at stopping it. Should get down quicker. Doesn't get down quick enough, does Raya. And he's beaten by Ross Barkley. He's got to be saving that one, Raya. And that means somehow Luton have turned it completely around. Incredible. No team has it easy here at Kenilworth Road. No visiting team gets an easy ride. Arsenal are certainly no kind of difference to that. And to make things even better for Luton, they're going to make a few changes as well. They're going to bring their top goal scorer on, Carlton Morris. They're going to make a triple substitution. I'll tell you about all of those in a moment when they happen. But it's now a deficit that Arsenal need to try and make up. They had a narrow lead at half-time, and just 13 minutes later, they have a narrow deficit. 2 goals conceded in the second half. 3 goals conceded overall for the best defence in the league coming into this game. Incredible. Incredible feat for Luton Town. And still, 31 minutes to go though. They won't believe that it's done yet. Rob Edwards, I'm sure, won't allow his side to believe that they've done it yet, but the fans are jubilant, of course. Saka fires one forward, trying to find Jesus, breaks away. Here's Havertz to tap it in! Goals galore is an understatement here. Arsenal are back level once again. 3-3. Twist in the tail every couple of minutes. Arsenal have got one back and Luton are 3-3. What is this game? Luton again from the throw-in. They give it away. Bit of head tennis from Arsenal. Saka flicks it with his left, right behind him, forward for Jesus. And then he just squares it across to Kai Havertz, who just taps it past Thomas Kaminski to get Arsenal on level terms again and get really Arsenal ready for a comeback. My goodness me, what is going on in this game? Goals from absolutely everywhere. 6 goals we've seen. I mean, I certainly wasn't predicting a 3-3 after 60 minutes, I can tell you that much. Luton are going to make changes then, as I mentioned, after they'd scored their third goal. They were ready to make changes, and now they're going to happen. I'll tell you, Carlton Morris, Chidozie Ogbene, and Tahith Chong are all going to be introduced. So a triple change for Luton. And we'll just inform you of those changes. Elijah Adebayo is coming off. Andros Townsend is also coming off. And Jacob Brown is also coming off. So Adebayo, Brown and Townsend off, replaced by Morris, Chong and Ogbene. So 3 substitutions for Luton, all in one go. Try and change their physicality up front, but I don't think they've had any problem with it, to be fair. Really, I think they've been fantastic. Luton tonight, unreal. And now they have something different to deal with. They were struggling with Adebayo and Brown and how they were linking it up, and Townsend as well, that kind of nick. But, I mean, now Arsenal has something different to deal with in different attacking players. I mean, Tahith Chong, who's a real good player in attack. Carlton Morris, the best player at Luton in attack this season. And, of course, Chidozie Ogbene, who can use his pace and his power to really cause defences a lot of issues. They've some quality there, Luton. They can still get them something from this game. They're still very much in with a chance at 3-3. I mean, if you concede 3 goals, the likelihood is you're well out of the game. But when you score 3, you're very unfortunate to only be level. And that just really shows you, it kind of balances things out at 3-3. Both teams have been hard to kind of... They couldn't outcome each other, if you know what I mean. Luton just can't overcome Arsenal. They keep coming back, or they keep going in front, Arsenal. And Luton just never seem to give up. They're always fighting back. They're always causing issues. And both teams like that, going head to head, there's only one there's only 2 outcomes. Either both defences completely dominate and we get no goals, or both attacks dominate and we get a flood of goals, and we've certainly seen a flood of goals tonight. But here's Arsenal again. Jesus picks it up, finds Saka, back to Jesus at the byline. Flag stays down. Luton won it up. The flag did stay down, and it does go up in the end against Gabriel Jesus. It took a while, but they came to the right outcome in the end. It was a pass back by Ross Barkley. Amari Bell couldn't recover it in time. Saka gives it to Jesus, but Jesus was in an offside position when he got the ball from Bukayo Saka. It's Arsenal's turn to make changes then. They're going to make a double change. Leandro Trossard and Alexander Zinchenko coming on. They're going to replace Jakub Kiwior and Gabriel Martinelli. First goal scorer of the night, Martinelli. He's making way, and Kiwior too. And replaced by Zinchenko and Leandro Trossard. Chelsea says 4-3 Arsenal win. Still very much on. I mean, if Arsenal get one more goal, it'll be 4-3. Definitely been an entertaining game. What a way to kind of get this midweek fiesta of Premier League fixtures going with an absolute run of goals at Kenilworth Road. An old style English ground, under the lights, a big side coming to town against the underdogs, and they're putting on a proper classic of a football match. 3-3 with still 25 minutes to go. Incredible. Zinchenko under pressure from Ogbene, and Morris on the press too, but Arsenal keep the possession. Rice finds its way out to Saka the ball. Driving in field, finds it to Zinchenko again in the middle. Spreads it out to the left. Taken down by Trossard. Trossard breaking, playing it forward, but one back by Luton. They go back to Thomas Kaminski. This game has ebbed and flowed from one end to another. Neither side have been able to see daylight. Crazy how we're saying that. Arsenal, when they took the lead the first time, Luton pegged them back. They took a lead a second into half-time. Luton pegged them back at the start of the half. Then Luton completely turned it around at 3-2. And Arsenal pegged them back for the first time tonight. Arsenal scoring an equaliser to get themselves back level after going behind for a first time. And this is where we stand at 3-3. Throw in for Arsenal, taken by Trossard. Finds it back to Gabriel. Now Jesus out wide to Zinchenko, trying to find Trossard on the run. Blocked off by Kabore. He will try and find his striker in Morris and does so. Nice wide link-up play. Here's Kabore. Gets the break of the ball. Issa Kabore wide. Crosses it deep into the box. Too much there. Raya can't gather it, but the flag will go up, I think. It will indeed, against Chidozie Ogbene, and will be a free kick to Arsenal. In the end, well, as it stands, a draw here would be a massive for the other teams. The chasing pack against Arsenal, the likes of Liverpool and Man City, and a Villa as well are in the chasing pack. Crazy to say that too. Liverpool would have the chance to go above Arsenal if this ends in a draw and Liverpool win against Sheffield United tomorrow night. They would go top of the Premier League table, Liverpool, but still a long way to go here tonight for that to happen. That's how tight it is at the top. That's how competitive it is in the Premier League this season. Here is Bukayo Saka. Not on the score sheet tonight, Saka. Rare. Here he is. Finds the ball through to Jesus. He's got Ben White for cover and for kind of assistance. He does go and get that option for Ben White. Here's Odegaard. Now Rice. Back to Ben White. Saliba. Arsenal all inside the Luton half, bar the goalkeeper. Pressing, probing, pushing. The 3 Ps. Trying to find a goal to take the lead again. Luton defend it well, clear it away. Saliba on the recovery and does get it back for Arsenal, who can go again. Chance says, I hope Villa and Sheffield United win tomorrow. Well, I mean, I'm sure you do, of course. You want Man City and Liverpool to drop points. Of course, Arsenal want that. They need to do their own job first. Can't cry wolf if they drop points themselves and then hope that others drop points. Have to do your job. Mikel Arteta, I'm sure, will be saying that. Would have said that to his players prior to the kick-off. You know, we're still very early in the season. This is only match week 15 out of 38. Still a long, long way to go. Here's Ben White. Finds Jesus. Here's Gabriel Jesus trying to break through. Good defending by Amari Bell there. Done really, really well to stay with Gabby Jesus. Just hold him off and end up putting it out for a goal kick to Luton. Did Jesus there? Well, this result will be massive for Luton as well. It will put them 3 points clear of the relegation zone, ahead of Everton on 7 and Burnley also on 7, who lost tonight, Burnley, and Sheffield United on 5 at the bottom. Of course, Everton and Sheffield United still yet to play this weekend. Everton will have Newcastle at Goodison on Thursday. Sheffield United will be hosting Liverpool tomorrow night at Bramall Lane under new manager Chris Wilder after Paul Heckingbottom was sacked this afternoon. Quickly, quite swiftly replaced by Chris Wilder just around about 30-40 minutes later. Jesus, don't let the door hit you on the way out, really. No shame there from Sheffield United, but there you go. Needs must at the bottom of the table, and Luton are working ever so hard to keep themselves in this one and looking to maybe have a chance at nicking it. And they might have a chance here. And Panzu from distance. Just well wide that from Pele Ruddock and Panzu. Oh, there's an issue here for Bukayo Saka. See this again. And Panzu just beats off the challenger Saka. And Saka loses his boot in the process there. It's not a foul on Saka, but it is a painful one, of course. And Saka just putting his left boot back on and returning to his feet. Well, as I mentioned in the first half, Mikel Arteta knew that, you know, this would be a tough game for Arsenal. It wouldn't be an easy run in the park, an easy kind of 3-0 win. He should certainly defend a lot better. I mean, conceding 2 set pieces, I'm sure, will be a massive frustrating point from Mikel Arteta if they do go on to drop points here tonight, Arsenal. It'll be a massive factor in his kind of post-match analysis of it all. Ødegaard battling in there for Arsenal, keeping them in possession. Trossard loses out though. Incredible from Luton. Get bodies in there. Here's Ted Mengi for the Hatters. Barkley. Back to Amari Bell. Inside the last 20 minutes here at Kenilworth Road. Luton 3, Arsenal 3. On a knife edge. Both sides still very much in this one for not just a point, but maybe nicking 3. Ball over the top for Luton. Good header by Saliba. Morris had made the run in behind. Here's Rice for Arsenal. Saka. Challenged by Doughty. Fouled by Doughty. Free kick to Arsenal. Well, it's the first time this season in the league that Luton have scored 3 goals. The only other game they've scored 3 goals in was in the League Cup 3-2 League Cup victory over Gillingham back in August. That's their only time they've scored 3 goals at home this season. Not in the Premier League. Haven't actually scored more than 2 this campaign at home. The only time they scored 2 at home this season was in that 2-1 win against Crystal Palace last weekend. Sorry, not last weekend. The weekend before last. All other occasions they've either not scored or scored just the 1 goal at home this season. Arsenal know how to score goals. Not massively away from home though. Only on 1 occasion this Premier League season have they scored more than 2 goals away from home. That prior to this one, and that was a 4-0 victory against Bournemouth. A lot of 1-0 wins in there against Crystal Palace, Everton, Brentford in the Cup, a 2-2 draw away at Chelsea, a defeat away at West Ham in the League Cup, defeat away at Newcastle where they didn't score. That's the only time Arsenal haven't scored in the league this season, was that Newcastle game. They've certainly not done that tonight, of course. They scored. Luton have had both teams have scored in 6 of the last 7 Luton games. Arsenal have won the first half and 5 of the last 6, but they've been first to score in all of their last 6 now, Arsenal. But all these stats really mean nothing if they don't pick up the points. Here's Trossard. Cross from Havertz, causing threat. Osho with a clearance. Followed up by Barkley, who carries it away. On the edge of his box, battling through Ødegaard and Zinchenko, but couldn't get past the challenge of Rice. And now Ødegaard picks it up and strikes from distance. Straight at Thomas Kaminski, who can catch. Nice strike from Martin Ødegaard. Clean strike. Probably should have done better. But they have to try something different, Arsenal. They want to try and win this one. They need to find that 4th goal. At the very least, of course. Been pegged back a few times tonight by Luton when they have had a 1-goal lead. Here's Havertz breaking away up past the challenge. Gives it to Saka on the right. Here come Arsenal. Saka takes it on, trying to cross it. Blocked by Bell. Corner Arsenal. Really good defending by Amari Bell. When he's run at, he's held off the opposition player quite significantly and quite magnificently so far tonight. But they now have a corner to defend, Luton. 76 minutes gone. 14 plus additional time to go. 3-3 here at Kenilworth Road. Arsenal with a corner. Left-footed from Saka, in swinging, right across goal. Headed away by Luton. Trossard misses out the chance to strike it. Tae Chong picks it up. Fired away by Doughty. Intercepted by Saka, brought down by Morris. Carlton Morris loses out the challenge to Saka, and Saka has the ball on the right flank. He's got two bodies to beat here. Saka does so, gets into the box, lays it off for Trossard, who fires it over the bar. But it does take a deflection, and it will be an Arsenal corner. Really, really good. Incredible from Bukayo Saka to win it back and then be chased back by Amari Bell, and Carlton Morris beats both of them, gets it into the box, holds off Amari Bell, allows Trossard to get the strike, and that takes a deflection which gives Arsenal another corner. They've got lots of bodies in there now, Arsenal. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in and around the box. One on the edge as well. Saka with a corner. Left-footed, another in-swinger. Right across goal. Touchdown at the back post and cleared away by Luton. Back to Raya, who will fire it long for Arsenal. Out wide to Saka on the right. Headed clear by Ogbene. Brought down by Ben White for Arsenal. Here's Ødegaard. The game's kicked into life now. Arsenal building, more progressive, and much more positive in their attacks. Here's White. Saka back to Ben White. Here's Saka. Trossard working it through. Last ditch challenge. Rice picks it up though. He chooks for the strike. Takes another deflection. Will be another Arsenal corner. They won a penalty though. A few appeals there from Arsenal from the Arsenal players. See this again. It's Saka. Gabriel Osho does come across to try and defend it. He is late, Osho, but I think it's more of a collision than a foul by Gabriel Osho. There's a previous corner that actually they thought they'd fouled as well. I don't think there should be a penalty here for Arsenal. And it will be a bit better disappointment for Luton if they end up losing this game through a penalty that they very much could have avoided. Well, they're just making sure here, Chris Kavanagh, the VAR, and giving Sam Barrett the information, the referee, who says play on, so no penalty. They do have a set piece in a corner for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta's not happy, but I don't think he's right in saying that or being that, because I think that's not a penalty. Anyway, Arsenal have a corner on the left-hand side. Can they take the lead once again? Right-footed in swinging corner. Trying to be flicked on by Ben White, cleared away. Ødegaard keeps it alive. Trossard, will he deliver it again? He won't. Plays it across to Saka. Out wide to Trossard again, trying to work this one, Arsenal. Back to Ødegaard, who will whip one into the box. Headed away by Bell. Ødegaard picks it up again. Saka spins away from Chong. Finds it to Zinchenko. Zinchenko on the edge of the D. Gives it out wide to Ben White. He will whip one in. Flicked on by Rice. And tapped behind by Leandro Trossard for a goal kick. Just for a second there I thought maybe it was sneaking in, but White with a cross from the from the right hand side, left footed, flicked on by the head of Kai Havertz, and then Trossard breaking in past that. All he can do is tap it behind for the goal kick. into the last 10 minutes here at Kenilworth Road. Luton have worked ever so hard to keep themselves in this one, but they're now kind of clinging on at the moment. Arsenal building, probing, pushing, causing issues defensively for Luton. And time is running out for the Gunners, though, to try and win this one. But they won it late at Brentford. They were held at 0-0 in that one for a long, long time, and had to rely on Kai Havertz's late header to win it and pick up 3 points at the G-Tech. Will they be relying upon a late winner against Luton to get the 3 points? Kai Havertz, by the way, is still on the pitch. Maybe he could come up trumps again. He's already scored tonight, Kai Havertz. Got the equaliser. The third goal of the night for Arsenal. They do have a free kick inside the Luton half. Getting a lot of set pieces, Arsenal, in the last 5-10 minutes. Corners and free kicks. Maybe Luton are confident that they can hold off Arsenal from those positions. They've not been too bad off them themselves tonight. Luton scored from 2 set pieces, 2 corners. Martin Odegaard to take this free kick for Arsenal. Not many bodies in the box. They're going to go for a nice, cute one. Finds Trossard. He gets it to the byline, trying to cut it back. Ross Barkley to block it and clear it away for the throw-in. Tried to go for the sneaky execution there, Arsenal, from that free kick. Second ball on the pitch, but that's quickly cleared away. Rice. Now Zinchenko. Havertz to Zinchenko. Across to Odegaard. Now Ben White. Odegaard. Home fans still cheering for their team. Cheering, come on Luton. They believe. Here's Kai Havertz though. Trossard trying to work it in. Blocked off. And no corner. Will be a goal kick. To the dismay of Leandro Trossard, who believes the last touch was off the Luton player, but you can clearly see, well I can clearly see, that it was off Leandro Trossard last, so that is a goal kick. Well, as it stands at 3-3, Arsenal will be top. They will stay top, but will only be 3 points clear at the top, ahead of Liverpool, who play tomorrow, who can overtake them if Arsenal drop points here and Liverpool win away at Sheffield United. Let's see. You'll find out all about that tomorrow night. We will have Manchester United and Chelsea with all the live scores. We will be live a bit earlier. We will keep an eye on all of those early kickoffs. We'll keep you up to date with all of those early on, and we'll have live commentary from Old Trafford as well at 8:15 tomorrow night. Here's Issa Kabore looking for a chance for Luton to try and win it. No. Kabore tried to run across the byline there, but Arsenal had that one well covered pretty comfortably. Get your last votes in on the chat, on the poll in the chat. I'll read out what you have predicted at 3-3 with about 6 minutes plus additional time to go. We will see what you think. That vote will close in a few moments. In a moment or two, actually. We might get some late drama here. Kaminski with a long clearance. Headed down by Rice. Picked up by Odegaard. Trying to find the pass. Gives it back out to the left to Declan Rice. Back to Gabriel. Now Saliba. White. Flicks it over the top. Saka's broke through. Here he is down the right hand side is Bukayo Saka. Up against Amari Bell. Chops inside. Flicks it on the overlap for Ben White, who crosses it. Cleared away. Odegaard trying to pick it up. Didn't do enough. And Barkley can carry it here for Luton. Not many bodies. Morris gives it away though. Saka battling with Carlton Morris. Saka keeps the ball. Real hard fought battle this now. We'll close that poll now. I'll read those results out of that poll in just a moment. Here's Ben White, takes it down again. Just still confident in that 4-3 to Arsenal. Still 3-3 at the moment. Here's Bukayo Saka. Left-footed cross in. Right into the box. Headed away again by Luton. Odegaard lays it off to Rice, who strikes blocked. Now falls to Gabriel. They're putting all the bodies in there. Zinchenko. Trossard linking up with Gabriel. Now Zinchenko with a cross. Havertz! He was there to head it, but Kaminski was there to tip it over the bar. I'd mentioned Kai Havertz. Could he pop up and score the winner? He was inches away from doing it there. Popped up in the box, headed it out towards goal, and tipped over the bar by Thomas Kaminski. Corner for Arsenal. I think Kaminski might do him a favour there, because I think it might have been going over the bar from Kai Havertz. Saka will get the corner on the other hand, though. Left-footed cross. Clear. Didn't beat the first man there. Luton get it away. Odegaard will recover it. He'll take no hesitation. Finds it to Zinchenko. Back to Martin Odegaard on the edge of the box. Lays it off again. Trossard! Trying to find the corner. Blocked. Just wide there by Leandro Trossard. Will be a goal kick. It's another layoff by Odegaard, an on-running player. Right-footed one. Inches not too far away from that bottom right corner. Leandro Trossard had Kaminski diving, but didn't need to dive in the end, as it was always going wide from Trossard. Luton are going to make another change. Their fourth of the night. And that will see Pele Ruddock-Mpanzu, the captain, replaced. And the substitution that will be made here, the fourth of the night, it will be, if I get the confirmation of it, it will be for Jordan Clark, who hasn't been massively involved in the Premier League recently, or so far this season. He's been on the bench, was on the bench against Liverpool, and came off the bench on the last three occasions against Man United, Crystal Palace and Brentford. All differing results in those ones, so coming on to try and make an impact again is Jordan Clark for the fourth successive game. Don't have much time left. Luton trying to work it forward here. Here's Ogbene. Takes it down. He's got a runner in Jordan Clark alongside him. Ogbene beats off Odegaard, but actually in the process committed the foul on the Arsenal captain. He's a bit kind of berated. He's not happy with that one, Chiedozie Ogbene. He feels that he won the ball fairly against Martin Odegaard, but the referee didn't agree. Free kick goes Arsenal's way. 90 seconds to go, plus additional time. Luton 3, Arsenal 3. Is there a winner in it? Both sides still very capable of it, but Arsenal showing more of it in the last 10-15 minutes. They've grown in proper confidence and looking to try and just steal this one. Lay it on here at Kenilworth Road. Kai Havertz. Rice. Last minute of the 90. Odegaard. Saliba now. Martin Odegaard. Down the right hand side is White. Flicked on by Saka. Comes in field. Nice quick footwork by Saka. Cleared away though by Luton. Clearing their lines. They did make another sub there actually, Luton, in the process. Alfie Doughty made way for Ryan Giles. So they've used all 5 substitutions now, Luton. All 5. Arsenal have just made 2 subs. They have 3 more to make, if they want to make them this evening. Here's Trossard. Down the left-hand side of the pitch. Flicks it on. Finds it into the box, trying to find Havertz, but it ends up kind of bouncing off Kai Havertz and behind for a goal kick. As the 4th official puts up the board and confirms we will have 6 additional minutes. Still time for a winner. 6 additional minutes here at the Kenilworth Road. The home fans cheering their side on to the death. They know that they're on the verge of a massive result again here at Kenilworth Road. This could be their third successive massive result. Liverpool at home, a draw. Crystal Palace at home, a win. And on the verge of giving Arsenal a tough ride and keeping them and holding them to a 3-3 draw. Still though, 5 minutes to play. Rice. White. Lays it off to Odegaard. Now Jesus. Jesus trying to fire it forward. There is a deflection in there. Will be an Arsenal corner. On the right hand side. More regularly these corners in the second half. It's their 7th of the game, Arsenal. They had only 2 in the first half. Certainly creating more in terms of winning corners. Not done much with them though so far. Saka with a corner. Left footed, whipped in. Looking for the near post one. Cleared away by Luton. Will fall all the way back to Saka again. Here's Zinchenko. On the right, whips one in. Headed away again by Luton. Chong trying to block it. Does block the Trossard chance. But kept alive. Saliba. Gabriel. Whipped into the box away by Amari Bell. Barkley trying to clear it away. He's holding it up. And then really good from Ted and Mengi. Back to his keeper. Thomas Kaminski, who can gather. 4 minutes to go. 3-3 at Kenilworth Road. Arsenal took an early lead through Martinelli. Luton pegged them back through a Gabriel Osho equaliser. They took the lead again, Arsenal, before half-time through Gabriel Jesus. 2 successive Luton goals at the start of the half had them ahead from Elijah Adebayo and Ross Barkley before Arsenal pegged them back through Kai Havertz. And for the last 30 or so minutes, we have been locked at 3-3 here at Kenilworth Road. Neither side either able to separate from the opposition. Neither side able to convert a fourth. But there's still time. 3 minutes of additional time. Arsenal and Luton locked at 3-3. Is there a 7th goal in this game? Is there a 4th for one of these two teams? Or will they hold it out at 3-3? Luton still very much in there. They could win it too. Amari Bell's ball low. Over the top. Raya will pick it up and get Arsenal forward again. Here's Declan Rice. Down the left flank is Zinchenko. Gabriel to Saliba. Odegaard just inside the Luton half. Trying to carry it forward, has space to do so. Martin Odegaard cuts it back for Rice. Bit of space for him now. Finds it to Saka. Looking for the overlap of Ben White. Does get the overlap and does get the corner off Chidozie Ogbene, does Ben White. Corner to Arsenal. You can see how much it's taken out of these players, how hard both sets of players have worked. But it will be the home fans that will be the happier with this result as it stands. And Arsenal might have one final say. Saka with a cross from the right hand side from the corner. Cleared away by Luton again. Winning those first balls every time from corners are Luton. And putting them under pressure. Odegaard keeping it alive. Saka wide. Can he deliver it? 90 seconds of the game to go. Saka driving in the box. Cuts it to the back post. Over the head of Trossard. Kept alive by Jesus on the left. Jesus with a cross. Straight into the hands of Thomas Kaminski. And Arsenal wanted a corner because they thought Kaminski had actually caught the ball behind the line. But see here, I mean he does. I mean he does take it over the line, but nevertheless, goal kick. And still time for one last twist in the tail. The night has twisted and turned like nothing we have seen for a long time. An incredible Premier League classic indeed we're seeing here. The Premier League's given some entertainment in the last few weeks, isn't it? Incredible. 3-3 at the Etihad on Sunday. And our first game since then. And we have a cracker at Kenilworth Road, Luton Arsenal. So Luton with a throw in on the right hand side. Last 30 seconds of the game. Morris trying to play it forward. Intercepted by Gabriel, and White back to Raya, who fires it long, looking to give Arsenal one last opportunity. They will get a set piece here, a free kick for Arsenal. Last chance saloon indeed it is for the Gunners. Can they win it at the death? Free kick here to be taken. Zinchenko to take. Chips it into the edge of the box. Headed away by Bell. Kept alive by Ødegaard on the edge. Here's Zinchenko. One last cross. One last chance. Ødegaard crosses it in. Headed on by Rice. And it's in! What a moment for Declan Rice. What a moment for Arsenal. At the death at the Kenilworth Road. They win it. 4-3. Unreal from Arsenal. They've been probing at it for 30 or so minutes. And eventually, Luton are broken. 4-3. An unbelievable game. An unbelievable result. Incredible from Arsenal. The whole team are celebrating. The Luton fans distraught by this. They've worked ever so hard. But pain, like no other, they will feel for a long time. 4-3. Arsenal have been pushing for it. They've been ever so close to it for such a long time. And how painful and heartaching it is for Luton to concede so late on. But Arsenal will not care. They've won it seems. Incredible. Martin Ødegaard, what a cross, what a delivery. And what a fantastic header by Declan Rice. What an angle, what a cross, what a header, what a finish. Incredible from Arsenal. At the very last moment, the very last chance of the game, and Declan Rice wins it. Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff go mad. The Arsenal players go mad. The Arsenal fans in that corner go mad. Unreal. And that is the final whistle. What a game at Kenilworth Road tonight. Heartbreak for Luton, who for so long in this game, for almost 90 odd minutes, had stayed in it with Arsenal, had fought to the very death for a point. But it wasn't to be for them tonight. It was Arsenal's night in Luton. An unbelievable Premier League classic, no doubt. And a massive 3 points for Arsenal. The chasing pack will certainly be disappointed with that in Liverpool and Man City. But Arsenal, that is what Premier League champions do. That is championship winning form. Although they will be disappointed they conceded 3 goals in the end for Mikel Arteta. But it will be initial excitement, jubilation, happiness, joy, incredible relief that they got the 3 points on the night. An unbelievable amount of 3 points that takes them 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. What a night for Arsenal to get the 3 points. Luton, who will feel very hard done by the fact that they had been so far in the game for so long, to lose it at the death. But that is the cruelty of Premier League football at times. You score 3 goals and still don't pick up a single point. Rob Edwards will know that his side have been unbelievable tonight, played incredibly well and worked ever so hard, but end up coming out with not a point to show for it. They know that if they play like this week in, week out, they will get results. But tonight, against the league leaders and 5 points clear Arsenal, it wasn't Luton's night. Final score at Kenilworth Road: Luton 3, Arsenal 4. What a game.